And even though prep football wrapped up for Northwest Ohio this past Friday, teams are still out taking it to the gridiron. We'll show you what 4th and Goal was up to earlier today. The Browns didn't play today, so they couldn't lose, which is a good thing. But find out how the Lions fared against the Panthers. And then we're talking prep soccer. It's the annual Kicky Show. Find out who is taking home an award tonight. That's later. But first, we're heading out to Central Catholic High School. It's November, so it must be time for the 4th and Goal Bowl, a junior high all-star game. Team Tackle in the red taking on Team Hype in the black. In the first, a handoff to Armand Johnson, who drives up the middle, finds a way in the end zone to put Team Hype up 6-0. The score remained unchanged until the third with a handoff to Johnson, who then pinballs off of defenders until finding an opening and hitting 6th gear. No one was able to catch him, and the touchdown puts Team Hype up 12-0. In the fourth now, Team Hype looking to make this a shutout. Jones with a pass to Jackson gets them Hype into familiar territory and seals the game with a 26-0 victory over Team Tackle. Now with more is John Gibson and Pete
Toledo
Seymour.
Central Catholic High School Team Hype winning their 3rd consecutive 4th and Goal Bowl here this afternoon. And John, we saw some talented players on the field, but it was the Armand Johnson show here today. 3 touchdowns on the ground. He was unbelievable.
I mean, he had like 6 tackles, 7 tackles. You know, when you look at the film of this game, he was the one that consistently popped off on both sides of the ball. He was the guy that he made you pay attention to the things he did, both carrying the ball and as a defensive back.
Demetrius Vance as well, 2 scores on the day, 1 on the ground, 1 through the air. Again, we saw some talent that's going to look to sprout and become high schoolers here, and they're going to have some pretty bright futures.
I mean, 2-3 years from now, these are the names that you're going to be seeing on BCSN. Eric Harbert's going to be talking about them on Sports Nightly. A lot of these young men have bright futures in this game ahead of them.
And Team Tackle as well. They lost 26-0 today. However, they had their chances. It was a few mental mistakes in key situations that kept them off the scoreboard.
Well, I mean, the scoreboard is not indicative of the talent that we saw on the field. That's not a zero team out there. That is a team that, you know, made some mistakes in an all-star game. But as far as that, the players that are out there, you think about kids like Edmonds. You know, those guys can play the game. You know, Terrion, those guys can play the game, and you're going to see them coming up in the future. You know, they're going to be dominating the freshman games next year, and you know, some of them will make the jump to varsity in 2 years, and before you know it, you know, Friday Night Lights is going to be all about them.
Well, Team Hype, big 26-0 victory. With that, we will send it back to Sports Nightly.